This video will discuss the portfolio project that we're going to do with this class. So the purpose is obviously to give you a little bit of experience in trading. You'll learn about some different financial instruments. You'll talk a little bit about or present or learn a little bit more about some risk and return concepts. The basic overview or goal is you're going to receive $100,000 to invest. You're going to work with that $100,000 over the content of the course or the course time frame. You're going to invest your money and you're going to try to win the game. This is a short-term game, so obviously we're looking for a high rate of return since the purpose is to win. But also, you want to consider the risk that you're taking within the investments. You will be ranked against your classmates, and at the end of that trading period, we'll see how you've done as an investor. So what we're looking for as far as the returns part is we're looking for two classifications, if you will, or two rating metrics. The first obviously is the increase in total dollar value. How has your portfolio increased? The other part though is what's referred to as the Sharpe ratio, and that's a risk-adjusted rate of return based on obviously the performance, the things that you've bought and how well they've done, but also the relative riskiness of those things that you've purchased. So how you register for this is you'll click on this site. Obviously this document is in the module, and you'll click on the site. The password is given there. Registration is free, so you don't have to worry about that. Once you get to that site, you'll enter the login code above. You obviously will put in your email, some personal information, etc., so that when you log back in, it knows who you are and can work with you. So here's essentially how the game's going to go. The first week here, we're going to join the game. There'll be some open trading, so you'll be able to practice the first week. So you should develop some skills, try to get in and see what happens within the game, how you actually do transactions. I'll also ask you to create a paper. The first paper, I want you to basically describe your experience in investing and what you hope to learn from this exercise. It should be 1 to 2 pages. Again, I'm looking for grammar, content. Give me some basic information about what you know and what you hope to know when we're done. In week 2, we're going to start this trading process. Keep track of the values. Obviously, the program does that for you, but I want you to watch the values, performance scores. This will tell you where you rank when you log in. It'll tell you where you rank in the class. By the way, you will also be trading and competing against me. So we'll talk about how that works in the end as far as the grading process. In week 4, you're going to write a paper, and I want you to report on how the game is progressing. Have you changed any ways that you are approaching this process? Provide a brief statement of your portfolio contents with some performance results. But in general, this is just a halfway mark just to describe what's going on in your portfolio itself. And it's certainly, as we're now halfway through the course, what have you learned and how have you changed things? Weeks 5 to 7, again, we're going to continue trading. But also I want you to start to think about gathering some information to prepare a final report. And of course, in week 8, there'll be a final portfolio management debrief paper is going to be due. So again, how does this work? Practice for 1 week, right? We're going to start the evaluation. We'll start in week 2. You'll get the $100,000 in assets, and you'll begin investing for, in quotes, your clients. As far as the actual constraints of the game, right? Each position you take, you have to have a minimum of 5% of your assets invested in that thing. So again, if you think about the way the course works here, you know, you need to have at least $5,000 invested in each asset. You don't want to invest too much in any assets. We want you to have a diversified portfolio. So you also can't invest more than 10% of your assets. At any one time in the game, cash cannot exceed 20%. Again, we want you to play the game. We want you to experience what goes on in the marketplace. You have to make at least one new trade, or what I refer to as an adjusting trade, per week. So that is, you have to manage the assets, right? You have to manage it. So you have to either buy something new or sell something you have, or purchase more of something of what you have. But again, you must trade and play in the game in order to move forward and to participate. We talked about this philosophy process, or a portfolio statements due week 4. Again, we discussed this, report how the game is progressing, how have you changed, etc. There are some places you can go to get some information. I'll have some videos for you to watch as well. But there's a place, Market Watch is essentially where this program is emanating from. You can go to the Wall Street Journal. There is some free information there. If you see little keys or something, when you look at something, those keys refer to premium data. So unless you sign up for the Wall Street Journal, that data won't be accessible by you. Yahoo Finance has some great data. This website here at the Treasury is a great place to go out and find some information about interest rates, charts, etc. Kiplinger Finance is a great site. Morningstar Finance is a great site. And again, we talked about Market Watch up above is a great site to go and get more information. In the end, we're going to write a 3-page paper. Essentially, what I want you to talk about is, which positions exceeded your expectations? What conditions do you think caused this? What positions underperformed for you? What are the key things that you've learned from this experience? And again, how will this experience influence your personal investing in the future? So how this course is graded, right? The overall project grade is 20% of the course. But within that, there are some pieces. The overall grade performance is 10%. The initial paper, week 1's 10%. The mid-game paper is 40%. And the final game paper, again, is 40%. So this program, this piece of the course, and I wanted to go and check something. You don't know that I was gone, but I was gone. Actually, the grade for this project is 10% of the course. Again, these filings, these are correct. How we will do this game performance ranking: first place gets a 10, second place gets a 9, third place gets an 8, everybody else gets a 7. If you can beat my return on my portfolio, that is, if I'm number 1, you get no bonus points, but anybody that has a higher ranking than I will also receive a bonus point for that ranking. Again, the purpose of this game is the experience. That's why the low percentage here. That's why, again, with the performance in the class, it's 1% of your entire course grade. And again, the worst you can do with respect to that is a 70%. So your grade will not be adversely impacted if you do poorly. That's why we want you to experience, experiment, try to figure out what's going on in the investment world. So again, that's this game. Hopefully you'll have fun. I know that in the end, this turns out to be a rather competitive experience, and we'll see how it works, and hopefully you'll have fun. Thank you.